Yeah. Oh, some people do it and then all of a sudden, oh, we ain't got nobody. I got you. All right, so we're live. All right. Welcome to the Vintage House Radio Show. This is your boy DJ Rocky. We are on WNUR 89.3 and HD1 Evanston, Chicago. And it is the third Wednesday of the month. And of course, I have the blessings of presenting people that are musically inclined and DJ inclined. And I have the opportunity and the blessed honor of introducing everyone tonight to, I guess, whoever would not know who this man is. Nonetheless, I'd like to welcome John Pierce tonight. Good evening, Mr. Pierce. How you doing, sir?
Good evening. I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. How are you?
I am absolutely great, sir. So,
Good,
all
good.
right. So here's what we're gonna do. First of
Yeah.
all, we're going to get the basics out the way. The basics, of course, is whoever does not know who John Pierce is. If you can give me a little synopsis of who you are, compare, I'm saying, South Side born or whatever it is, and um, the impact of house music on your life, sir.
Okay, that's a big question.
Yep.
I'm trying to break it down as much as I can.
Okay.
Um, Singer, songwriter, actor, author. Um, those are the basics slashes I have. I'm from Chicago South Side, born and raised, and I've been doing. This is actually going to be my 20th year in house music. This year. My first record came out in '03.
Okay.
My words with Future Soul recordings with Kenny Carvajal from here. So that was 20 years ago, um, in August actually. So I'll be celebrating 20 years as a singer and songwriter of dance music, and so that's a condensed version of who I am.
Okay. So, um, like I said, in case people don't know who you are, which I don't understand, especially if you're from Chicago, to me, it's a tragedy because again, we have we have a big variety of singers. However, we all know who represents Chicago very well, and I can firmly attest to the fact that you are a great representative of the Chicago talent that we have here in Chicago.
I really appreciate that.
If
Thank you.
so just in case they don't know, give us some of the known songs that you've been out and been blessed with that represent Chicago.
Okay. Well, I did a song with Ralph Gum. I was on a feature title on his record "Never Leaves You" album. So my song "Never," which was remixed by Louis Vega and a few more people. So "Never's" pretty popular still, and "I Am" with Terry Hunter, um, "Survivor" with Immaculate,
Okay.
um, and Aki Dawson. Um, I have so many more, but I just those top three are like the top three that people like gravitate to.
Okay.
But I have over 73 songs on track source.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. In case you don't know, go to Track Source first of all. I'm going to do your plugs for you. Track Source John
Okay.
Pierce, and start pulling that music and start listening just in case you haven't started. Okay, so tell me, what is it about house music that you love and that you participate in to make it or to keep it going?
Well, my family always have loved house music, so I was too young to do all the stuff that all the everyone's always talking about, all the clubs and all of that kind of stuff. So I was a little younger than everyone else, but my cousins they were so into it, and they would on Friday nights they would be listening to all of the DJs on the radios and getting ready to go out to different parties and different things. And so I have had an affinity for it from a long time. And then when I started doing music, I started off in gospel, and I sang with Ricky Diller's New Generation Career for years from when I started at 15 to 16. And I just felt like going into it, I felt like I was going to be an artist of some sort. I thought I was going to be like a big gospel artist, but then I was like, I felt like it was so much competition in it, and I'm not a competition kind of person. And it just seemed like I gravitated to dance music, and I fell in love with it. I felt like it was my place. I felt like I still could be very inspirational. I felt like it was still gospel to me. It's still a form of gospel, still a form of church in a way. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what made me fall in love with house music and dance music is that I still felt clean with it.
Okay.
I felt like um, it was a place to say things and try different things musically, and that made me excited.
Okay. So I, I I'm blessed to know you, and I want you to understand that a lot of people who listen to you are, I mean, the avid fans and followers are definitely happy the fact that you are walking that path of house music. I also know, so for personally for me, I also know that you are an activist, which is
Hmm.
another great side of you. Again, you know, if they follow you on Facebook, I know that they call them rants. I don't call them rants because again, time appropriation and when you do it is when it's perfect because I again the way you care for the community. Now I know again that's not just the house community. I know it's for the African American community. I'm from Inglewood, so the black community. Um, um, so tell me, outside of the music, what would be your biggest passion in regards to the way that you are an activist?
Well, the people. So people are the biggest passion. I want to always help uplift and empower our people. We've been through a lot in this country. We've been a lot in this world. At the end of the day, we've been taught that we are separate in so many different ways, and the truth is that we all are one. And if we could get to that core understanding that the stuff that we argue and fighting over is a ploy and a plot to devise us so that we won't love and we won't know who we are and we won't know our power. If we get to that place, then we could change some things. But until then, I'll be standing on front lines or all the lines to help my brothers and sisters in any way I can.
And I love that. I love that because again, you actually have an avenue, a platform to actually touch more people than a lot of other people don't. A lot of people don't. So and I applaud you for that because again, you know, we here comes that saying, "Give the roses while they're alive" type thing.
Mhm.
I just think if the proper respect is given, it's automatic. The roses are automatically blooming in your garden automatically anyway. So again, I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
So tell me, uh, so you've worked with Terry, you've worked with Immaculate, you've done
Yeah.
some different things in regards to with Rafe Gum and a couple of things. So now I'm about to put you on the spot just a little bit, just a little bit. Um, who are your favorite DJs to listen to? DJ
Oh my
Rocky. Okay,
God.
thank you. No, just playing.
You fellas. Well, you know what? I'm gonna be real. This gonna sound like a political answer, but it's not. It's the truth. I really enjoy any DJ that actually cares about the craft. And
Okay.
for me, I am a blend junkie. To me, because as a writer and a songwriter, um, it just it just is so smart to me if a person can blend.
No, I get you.
And to me that is the sign of a badass DJ. if they can really blend. So I'm into any DJ that really got their blend game on tight. And I know that things happen and stuff happens, but um those are the ones I like. And this is kind of, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that, but you know, computer DJs over the ones who actually are listening and really blending and really crafting something with a mix. That's special to me,
Okay.
And back in the day, being able to hear so many of the greats and New York DJs that are like masterminds, the way they mix stuff and do things, and they use every tool available to them to create atmosphere. I I I'm gonna want to hear them every time.
Okay.
So I can't really say these are my ones, but I can say that if you're that kind of DJ, I want to hear it.
Okay. All right. So here's another one to put you on the spotlight. So would you much rather have your music to be MP3 or would you want it on vinyl all the time?
MP3.
Okay.
And
Um,
the reason I say that is because MP3 reaches more people.
okay. Absolutely.
Vinyl is very nostalgic and nice. It's very a DJ thing. But I want people to hear it.
Right. Oh yeah, no, understandable. I mean, yeah, not everybody's gonna have a record player in their house, and I feel you. I understand that completely. Yeah, mine are my turntables are somewhere retired. So yeah, I feel you. I understand completely. Who are some of who are some of the people that inspired you in the house game that that motivates you personally to do what you do?
Well, on a singing and writing, here's another answer. Is going to sound like I'm just like trying to be um political, but I'm not. Um, I'm inspired by the community of writers. I have such great relationships with some of the legends in the house music community as singers and songwriters. So my point of view is I love every all the and I'm so grateful to every DJ and to every selector out there. But my point of view of looking at things is for the singer and the songwriter. And
Okay.
so um, the singers and the songwriters do so much for the music and to the music. And so I love so many artists. Like back in the day, um, I would go and hear Dajay and Carla with Mr. Ali at Green Dolphin. I would be there faithfully every Thursday, and because they really inspired me. That kind of sound and things inspired me to be have my stage show today. And that's here in Chicago. They were doing their thing in that time. Um, and then you got, of course, like the mastermind, Josh Milan. I love Josh just the
Hmm.
way, to me, I think at this present moment, he is the architect of the new sound of house. If
Okay.
without Josh, I don't think we would have some of the biggest records we had.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I wouldn't even have the biggest record I have, which is Never. Josh Milan had a big hand in that record. And so I applaud him as a producer, songwriter, and a singer. He is somebody to look up to. Another artist from Chicago that I used to go to everything and really wanted to sing background for him. I wanted him to write music for me, and that's Pevin Everett. I used to go to everything
That
because
was the man.
this music really inspired me. I'm not a singer who did this because I failed at something else. I found it and found a place for myself within it, and I loved it. And so I would go and hear house dance music artists. So you know,
Right.
those are
Okay.
those are just some. There's so many more, and I've built so many relationships. Kenny Bobby and Stephanie Cook, Barbara Tucker. The list goes on and on of such amazing artists who are now I could call friend, who I can call on for advice and for things of that nature. So I'm so grateful that I get to be in company with them.
Okay. So here go one of the questions. It says, there are so many vocalists and artists that leave Chicago. What keeps you here?
Um, I don't. I love Chicago. One. Two, I think because I have built my lane in the world in dance music, I don't have to go to a New York or LA to build it. Chicago is house. And we have international airports. We have everything. If I want to
Right.
go anywhere in the world, I can go anywhere in the world from Chicago. So I think that I have just built a lane for myself that I don't need to move there at this point. Now, as my mind progresses and I open up and expand to a place where I want more, then more TV or more film or more stage, go back to doing a lot more plays and things, then maybe I would need to do some relocating, but I still will always have a home here because Chicago is home.
Right.
So that's why that's why Chicago is it for me. I don't think I have to move.
Okay. Well, we would be very upset if you did. No, but we would understand, but we'd be
But don't
upset.
be upset because if I'm moving, that means there's something real big gonna happen.
Well, but that's the best thing. I mean, the thing about it though is, we the point of this of this community, meaning the house
Yeah,
community, is we are here to uplift each other all day, every day. So
yeah,
by again, not having instant access to you, sometimes of course is going to depress some people, but nonetheless, if it's onward and upward that makes you successful and gives us a representation somewhere else, that's where the real true supporters come from in the first place. So
cool.
yeah. So hey,
I
if you
love
got
that.
something coming up and it's going to end up making you move to New York, well, you know what? Again, like you said, we have two major airports. They'll get us there. So yeah,
Yeah, we'll get us there.
I understand completely. Um,
Yeah,
so I I I I go through the list of great vocalists that are from Chicago, that represent Chicago, that stay in Chicago. Um, you know, I mean, you came out Sunday with Miss Hicks, and
yes, my
Miss
good
Hicks
friend.
knows Miss Hicks knows exactly how much I feel about her 1,000%.
I love that.
Um, I, 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 I guess the main thing I want to ask you in regards to this is that uh, the vocalists that have inspired you,
Mhm.
um, what what do they teach you exactly for you to be successful?
Um, I can't really say it's like a teaching unless I talk to them like one on one and really ask them questions about something
Okay,
specific. But it is truly inspiration. What I try to do, because I have a lot of inspiration that's outside of house too. But when I like something or someone, I don't want to mimic them. I don't want to copy them. I want to glean from their energy, if that makes sense. I don't.
absolutely.
I want to the essence of their success, the essence of their being, the essence of their thing is the thing I want to tap into and put it on me. Not I hope I want to say this like right. Um, um, not that I'm trying to copy or mimic or be them in any way. It's just that when you see someone doing something right, you want to walk in the same vein. You want to do the things in the way they do. So you watch the way they interact with people, or you watch how they approach a song, how they approach their writing. Each writer has their own approach. They're telling their story from their place. So I if I love a person that comes from their place. Like, for instance, we talk about Cherie Hicks. To me, Cherie Hicks is because she comes from such an R&B background. She writes love songs, and she writes that kind of R&B music. And what I can learn from her is that if I jump into where I come from, that's why a lot of my stuff sounds more inspirational gospel, because I'm tapping into the exact thing that is true core to me. And so I
Gotcha.
look at each of these artists and I see their true core. They're coming out bringing exactly who they are, and that's what I take from them. Be exactly who you are, John. You know, and that's what I'm learning is what makes people fall in love with you, or receive from you, receive these words that have been given to you, or that you have been given to say or sing. If you are totally yourself.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, yeah. I think people acknowledge real more than anything else, and if they see your passion for what you do because it comes from you, it gets respected way more than someone who's just trying to make a hit because they'll see and feel you, and I think that's really key. And
Yeah.
one of the things I think I you said as well about mimicking, I think DJs do this too. You know, I've been DJing for 43 years, so I've seen a lot of different DJs, and you
Mhm.
know you pick up on people who are in it for the craft, who are in it for the money, who are in it for the glory, and in it for the fame. I think if people, you start to step back and see, because that's what I normally do for myself, but I take a step back and I pay attention to people, and I see
Mhm.
how they are, and then I see how they present themselves to others. So
Yeah.
if the same person I talk to is the same person that's DJing, I know that the craft is there 100%. The same thing I would assume would be for the singer songwriter part of you as well. People are who they are, and you
Yeah.
can always tell if you're coming real or if you're not coming real.
True.
And I think that
Mhm.
passion is what drives most people to be inspired. So I understand completely what you're saying with that. I think
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
That's
Um,
exactly what I'm saying. Yep.
Absolutely. What do where do you see as a singer songwriter
Mhm.
um, house music going in regards to let me give a number, the next 5 years?
Um, I think that it's making such a great impact in this energy in this era. Right now, we have so many of mainstream artists that are really tapping into it, so that's making it come back to a mainstream place, which is really good for artists such as myself and so many more um, uh, of the legends to get their just reward, just due, and new artists to come out, and it's always there. Um, so I feel like it's going to be a boom of new artists and people trying to do it, or and a new evolution of it, and where it's going for a younger generation, because so many festival kids love it, um so I think that we could see new sounds and new styles of dance music come out, or and just new artists, really is what I'm saying, like new actual, you know singers coming out and being dance music artists,
Okay,
and I think we need that, especially if we can get, the acknowledgement that the singing artists need, because we don't get very much acknowledgement in the world of everything. A lot of the producers get a lot of credit.
right.
Um, well, I don't want to use the word credit, get a lot of accolade from it, and the songwriter, we don't get too much recognition. Like, I feel like there needs to be a dance music Grammy for the singer and songwriter,
Okay,
best artist of the year, that includes the people who write and sing these songs.
fair
And
enough.
we get a lot of the
Absolutely.
people that produce it, and a lot of those people can't even play music. So it's like, I think that I think that we have to share the wealth. And so the
Absolutely.
person who, a singer songwriter who is creating from their spirit and their soul, should be acknowledged in the grand
Absolutely.
scheme of things.
It should be an equal fair share for everybody. I mean, again, this is not some new genre that nobody knows about. This has been
Right.
around decades, and I
Right.
agree, because again, not everybody can do it, and the people that know how to do it, the people that we call legends, or the people that have been legendary in the effect of what it has created, should be recognized on a global level, because
On
again,
a
it's
global level.
it's not just Chicago, it's not just New York, or it's not just Miami or Vegas. It's Lisbon, it's Germany, it's
It's
South
all over.
Africa, it's,
Absolutely.
it's London, and what we've started has gotten to everybody, and the acknowledgement of the people who have built that foundation. the acknowledgement of people who are still building that foundation and putting that stuff out there. It needs to be acknowledged, and again, especially when it comes to songwriting and singing as well, because it's house. I know that's fine. That's good. But again, when you hear Josh Milan release a song,
Yeah,
or anybody that has created an edit for any other thing else, that acknowledgement needs to be there. And I agree with you 100% on that. Because again,
absolutely.
this is a whole genre. This is not something new.
Yeah,
We're here. Hip hop is here. We're here. R&B
yeah,
is here. We're here.
yeah.
Rock is here. We're here. So I agree with you 100% on that. Um, what what specifically inspires you to a song? Like, okay, so Never. We'll
Hmm.
use that one. What inspired you to write Never?
My
And tell me, how does that affect you when you're writing a song?
my family inspired me to do that, and specifically my niece. My niece was like about 5 or 6 around that time. I think when I wrote it, and I was going to New York then, and I was in school in New York, and I think it was like a conversation. I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go, or something like that. And I was like, I'll never leave you. And that really inspired that song. And
Okay,
then it just took from that the feeling of your a person who loves you so much, your loved one that loves you so much and don't want you to go. And in all actuality, it's like I'm not really leaving you. I'll never leave you. I'll
right.
always be there. And then from that, the concept of it started to build, build, build. I did
Okay,
that song with Kafeli Bandele from he's from Louisiana, but he lived in Chicago. Now he's in New York, and we began to just I the idea came to me at like fully the fully song came to me in the airport on my way back to New York, and then I was just wanted to record it, but um, for me like the spark of that with my niece and my family sparked it, and then I go into the grander scale of thinking about ancestors and thinking about all kind of stuff about why who would never leave you and why love would never leave you. These kind of love, a person's love, a people love will never leave you. And then from there, that's how I began to build the song, and it starts to just flow after that.
okay. So, would you say that most of the songs that you write and sing are we've already established that they're inspirational. Are they based on specific situations in your life, or are they just like, does it come from, for example, you turn on the TV and you see Black Lives Matter. Does that trigger something in your head, or something some idiot thing that happened, and there's a counter to it, and you come out with that? How does that happen for you?
I will say it could happen that way.
Okay,
Um, it has happened that way. A lot of the times, a sound more than anything will get me to a melody. If something moves me to a chorus, then it's that's really where more of it comes from. But yeah, a theme or you know anything can inspire me. I could come out and see the color of blue, and I'd be like, oh, my, something could spark, and it can go so many different ways. So
right,
everything is inspiring. Everything is a tool. Everything can be used. Everything is possible to help.
okay,
At that moment in time.
okay. What does what does a John Pierce songwriting session for you look like?
Oh my God,
Yeah,
a
I'm asking
lot
for
of
the I'm I'm asking for the behind the scenes, because again,
it.
we all see the final result. However, there's work, and I want people to understand the passion and work that you have for it, and they can see it in what you describe. So yeah.
So it's literally if I get an idea, it can go a couple of ways. So So some people approach me to do a record, and then it can come like that too, where they'll send me some tracks, and I can get inspired by the track, and I'll come up with stuff. Usually that way, it's much slower for me because it's just a slower process for me because it's really like, okay, what is this track saying to me? Let me try something. But if it's something that I am totally inspired by and I have it in my head, a melody comes to me in my head, I am on phone. I have so much voice notes of just oohs and ahs, different kind of oohs and ahs, different kind of sentences, words. Some is not words, some is just sounds and maybe a word here or there, and it comes like that. And so a real writing session for me is really like that. I'm just really curled up going in. And sometimes I have my iPad. Now sometimes if I got a full out flushed out idea, I have my iPad and then I'll record each vocal part out, record leads out. I record the whole song out right then and there. And that I will sit up all night and just do it.
Okay.
Sometimes I go in and I hear a drum pattern in my head and I'll go flush it out and then I'll sing over that drum pattern.
Okay. Is there um is there any particular artist that you have not worked with that you would want to? And uh how close is that to happening?
Oh, so I'm thinking big, 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 big.
Okay,
Like um because in dance music I am really like one phone call away from everybody
okay.
in there and we've touched the hem of each other's garment in some kind of way and I honor all of those legends and stuff. I really do. Um there's a people that I would like to may if not do a song with. I don't really know about if I want to like do a song with them, but I would like to watch them in their process.
Okay.
And that's like Crystal Waters.
Okay.
Like she's really prolific in her writing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, so many. Then on another level, I really would like to work with Brandy. I would
Okay.
love to like do a crazy something with Brandy and um,
I
and
think that
bring
would be
her
cool.
into the dance music fold.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
I think
love to do that. And she
that,
kind of tapped into dance a little bit, but it was so futuristic. I don't think that people really was ready
accepting it. Yeah. I mean,
because it is great to me. I love it, but it is futuristic. It is
well, I
hell.
mean, again, a lot of times we get typecasted into certain things. Like, oh yeah, he's just a so and so, or she's just this, she's just that. I think that a lot of times when you're branching out to something else, it gives you a different a view of who you are.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because of the genre. The minute that you try to step outside, it's like I'm no, I don't know. Whereas I
Right.
think if you have the right PR people in place, it becomes successful. Uh, I think a lot
Yeah.
of the time, I think a lot of the DJs do an excellent job of bringing like R&B artists into this genre. I mean,
Yeah.
Jill Scott and Erica Badu and all these artists where a DJ has made an edit and brought them into the fold, and we acknowledge that, and that's good. I think also it should be on the other way going out as well. Whereas John Pierce should have an R&B song, or
Well, and I appreciate that, but I don't desire that.
no,
I
I
really
get
don't want to do. I
no,
don't
no,
want
I
to do
get
R&B.
no, no. But what I'm saying is just for the opportunity to it be presented to you to do. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah. Oh no. Oh, and people always present me with, "Come, you want to do R&B? This? You want to do this kind of music? You want to do this and do that?" And I'll tell them I'm an advocate for dance music. I love dance music. I don't desire to be an R&B crooner. I don't want to get in that street. I
okay,
love doing house. I
okay,
love the energy of it. I love what it brings to the table. And in it in concert, I can play with R&B. I can play with my roots of theater and gospel, and I love being the performer, holistic performer, and can tap into the style. but I don't know if I want to do an R&B album.
Gotcha. Understandable. That's respect.
Yeah,
I mean, it's good.
and
I mean,
but I appreciate what you're saying, and it could be done. It is very plausible. It is very could be done, but I would have to. I think I would have to want to desire and want it to do
oh
that
yeah. Well,
to
that's where
do
it's
it.
got to come from first. Absolutely,
Yeah,
your passion
because it's
for
some
it.
stuff. It's some stuff I play around with. Ideas come to me. Sometimes I just want to like give it to other artists and like hear someone else do that kind of stuff. Um,
Okay. No,
but
again,
I have some experimental stuff that I can't wait for people to hear, and I've done it a couple of times. And one of my experimental songs that I did, uh, DJ Alicia heard it, and she played it for the city's thing, and so um, I got some different stuff, but I still love an element of feeling like it's still even that's even dance.
I got you. No, it's cool. No, I got mad respect for that. I mean, you. This is the comfort zone, and it makes you pleasure, and I love that. So I mean, that's big. I understand. I mean, I just I just feel that dance music needs to be expanded more,
Yeah.
and of course, we accept everybody coming into it, and I think that's the biggest part of it.
And I don't consider those artists that are R&B in dance music. I consider them having a remix.
Oh no, and you're
That's
right. All right,
they
but
don't they're not dance music artists.
no,
So
you're absolutely right. But
and
I
that's why
think
a lot of the artists that try it, they usually don't go all the way. But like the Beyonce deal, she went after people who do house music, and
right.
that's why she has a true feel in it because she got those people to create house music and not a, a, a fake
So
version of it, a faux
no,
version of it, or
understandable.
or,
No,
or like what they think it is.
right. No,
She
no.
got the actual people.
Right, right. No, yeah, she had to dig in and find people that were in this to do this. I
Yeah,
understand completely. No, I mean, I just think that because again, house music has always been about love and acceptance. So
yeah.
whenever we getting at it of a song, of course, it gives us a different idea of the person that we listen to. So of course, you're not going to go to a Jill Scott show and hear any of those house edits. Absolutely not. But however, you can go
No,
to
you will. Jill does it. She does. She does a dance version of a couple of her songs. She does it.
oh, I agree, but the thing about it though is because we respect the artist so much
Yeah.
that we can actually see, you know, like for example, "He Loves Me" with the edits that came out from it. We can hear that song and still think of the house track at her concert, and she's not even singing it in the house version. So,
Right.
because again, we welcome everything. I'm just saying it should be the other way around as
And
well.
I'm with you. And that's why I'm advocating for the singers and the songwriters of it, the artists, the true artists of it, to be seen and to be recognized in a way that any artist would be recognized for the genre that they sing.
Absolutely,
And it's only in the house where the artist that is the writer and the singer of the records have to fight. They don't acknowledge us in the Grammys. They don't acknowledge us in so many things, and so it's a little disheartening that happens. And to me, for it to sustain, people need to know. People need to fall in love and know the artist. You know, the
absolutely,
singers and the songwriters of the music, not only the producers, because there's
absolutely,
there's no other genre where you know the producers, you know the artists who
right,
who
absolutely,
sings it.
absolutely. Because
So
again,
it
it's always been an upward fight for anything that we do. Absolutely,
and so I am advocating for, and I don't want us to switch our position. I want us all to stand together because I understand in dance music the drive is a DJ. You know what I'm saying? And we're there on the same level in different spectrums. And I just want us to acknowledge each other in it, and I want the world to acknowledge all in it.
right,
That we
absolutely.
are all artists of this
Of
as
this genre,
creators in this.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, everybody has a little intricate part of it, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, we are DJ driven in this genre, and a lot of times a lot of people don't get the acknowledgement that they should, and
True.
it's for me. I believe it's up to the DJ to give that artist their just due. So
But see, I don't know if a DJ can actually do that. A DJ can play the record. They can love on the record. Unless they are a radio DJ that's talking and really talking. I don't think that the kind of do I'm talking about is is really acknowledging artists and putting artists in the platform in which they are acknowledged every day by people walking down the street. Like you had Barbara Tucker here for The Chosen Few, and people don't even know that's her singing Deep Deep Inside. That's
right,
what I'm saying,
oh, I
like
got
that
you.
kind of thing. We everyone should know that. If everybody should know these artists to me,
I got you.
and we don't really do that. Playing the record, I appreciative. I love it. I want them keep on going, keep playing the records. Thank you, and it's no love lost. It's just that I'm not asking the DJ to do that job. I'm asking the industry as a whole to acknowledge the people that create the music.
I got you. I got you. No, I understand. That's cool. What do you what do you uh I'm trying to put it in the best way possible. I've been trying to think of this
Okay.
question for about 2 minutes to try to say it to you. Um, what is okay? First of all, let's give acknowledgement to this. First of all, so August 12th at the City
Okay.
Winery, you're performing. You have
Yes.
Miss Hicks, Miss Cherie Hicks, on the bill with you.
Yes.
Um, what do what should people expect from a John Pierce experience?
But if you have seen the John Spears experience of my show, you already know. If you have not, then you're going to expect a lot of energy. You're going to expect a great, amazing band. You're going to expect some great, amazing songs. It's going to be something that's a little different for house, but not too far fetched. Um, um, it's a whole show. It's a big show, and without giving away too much, if you haven't seen it, seen my show, I want you to be surprised. I want you to be um, um, yeah, that's the word, surprise. I want you to be surprised and see what it is. It's a stage show, complete stage show.
Okay,
It really is. I feel like my show can open up for any major artist there is in this whole wide world. Any artist can call me and I'll be ready to rock the hell out of it.
okay,
So it's that moment. We do of course we do the songs that people love, and then I always add in some stuff that I'm working on, and um, and some other stuff that I just like to do and want to do and want to sing. I throw those in there too. So a couple of covers that I like to do, um, and we take it from there. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of fun. It's a night to come and have fun and to really and in a different way from coming to have fun at a party with a DJ.
okay,
It's a different thing. It's a little, yeah, it's different.
okay. So this I'm gonna do the shameless plug for you anyway.
Okay.
City Winery on August 12th.
Yes.
Go to I guess you can go to citywinery.com, I guess, and
Citywinery.com, and
okay,
you can go to
and
the calendar of events and scroll down to August, and you can click on me and you can see it, or you can go to any of my Facebook pages, my Facebook page, um, John Pierce, or Instagram John Pierce House, and you can get the links from there for tickets, or you can go to Blisco Entertainment, uh, and get the links from there,
okay, yeah.
or
So I mean,
any of your friends, because so many of my people and so many people have shared it, which I'm so elated and grateful that people that I didn't even know knew about it is walking up to me and like so excited about it, and that makes me so excited. I really am very excited. I'm very honored that City Winery will call me and reach out to me and say that I'm an artist that they would like that is on their radar and that they would like for me to perform. And they gave me a Saturday night, and that is kind of like a little bit unheard of
right.
for for making your debut at City Winery. But I am so grateful and I am and so excited, and we're rehearsing. And we always rehearsing, we're always doing stuff, but I'm trying to put that extra special sauce on the show
I
um,
got you.
for
That's
Citywide.
cool. Um, well, I mean, it's an honor for us to have actually Chicago artists, especially City Winery on a Saturday night, like you said, because those are those are exclusive nights. So just for
It
the mere
really
fact
is.
that they have even acknowledged you is a testament to the work and passion that you have for this, and which is good. I I wanted to ask you. So uh, getting back to getting on the activist John Pierce.
Mhm.
What are some of the things that you're working on right now that for that for people to understand of what you're doing to help us be better?
Mhm. Well, right now, a couple of years ago, I created a camp. It's a performing arts camp in where kids could come and take class. They learned. It wasn't like one of those just regular fun camp summer camps where you just go and sit and do whatever. They were really it was really an intensive summer camp where they came and learned acting, singing, a voice, dance, and self development. And so I just think that in this season I can give back the best of what I do. These are the things that I do. I'm a singer, songwriter, dancer, actor, all of those things. I think that I can help impart. So I am working on making the camp bigger and better, and able to look for financing and things to help bring kids for free. Parents are willing to pay for camps, but I really want certain kids because we have a tendency in our community to um, we don't have very many classes and things for free for our kids. So parents don't really deem that to be high, and they don't really want to spend money on music classes or music schools and things of that nature. But I don't want any kid to be turned down. I really want I really want a child with passion to do music and dance and things to really learn on a high level. The camp I did before, we were very successful with it. We had kids that went on to do actual plays and get paid and do professional shows and have agents, and all my friends from Broadway and regional theater come and speak to the kids. So in this season, that's what I'm doing to activate. I want to activate the youth.
Okay. Is there a website or something that you've gotten created for that yet, or is it something that you're still working on? Or
Not yet. We're working on it because I'm trying to see um, about the direction I want to go as far as if private or public
okay, no,
to make it
understandable.
private
No,
or
no,
public.
no. I mean,
Okay.
you're building a foundation, and that's
Yeah.
understandable. So no, no. I think that's a great idea. I think a lot of times this is a great way to reach the youth that a lot of people don't know how to. So just for the mere fact that you're finding an avenue for that to happen, that is absolutely wonderful. I think that's really good.
Yeah,
Um,
and it was a blessing. So and when I say private or public, but so everybody can understand my brain, not for profit,
right,
or and it's not really for profit, but sometimes with not for profits, you have to take a lot of direction from the people who donate,
right.
and that's the difference that I'm looking for. I don't want to be dictated to.
You want the control of it. I understand.
I want to make sure because if when certain entities get involved with giving finances and they begin to be able to tell you what to do, then it waters down the information that you want to be able to give to the kids. And
Absolutely.
so that's why I say private or public. Public is non for profit. Private is getting donors and donations from people who really want to help kids and learn on the highest level. Okay.
Okay. All right. So there's another question that just came up out of here. So, where are your favorite places to perform in Chicago, and then outside of Chicago?
I love performing at home, so any chance I get to perform in any place here um, is exciting. Um, in Chicago, most of the time it's like a lot of the DJ shows that people want you to do, like just singing at the thing, and I'm not really a fan of that. But I will do it when and I love to do it. I love to perform everywhere here.
Okay.
Globally, I have been blessed to go to a lot of places. Um, and for me, my favorite place globally, um, to perform, it's just because it's so hard. Because it's like it's so much. It's so many things so many places I can say. I can like this place for this thing. I can like this place for that. Um, I don't know if I could narrow it down. It's so hard for me to narrow it down.
Okay.
But if I could say the place I've had the most fun performing, just was a cool experience. It was back in the day when I did Southwest Weekend. That was
Okay.
just, I think it was like, it blew my mind that that they were getting campuses to have parties. Like
Got
people were coming into like the McCormick place and renting the whole McCormick place out, and each room was a different theme, and each room was a different concert. Each room was a different concept.
right.
The original Southport Weekender, I never experienced anything like that. That honestly blew my mind.
Okay. Um. So with you being the global artist that you are, is there uh is there any I like putting you on. I'm trying to put you on the spot, but you're so politically great at it. I'm gonna give you kudos for that. So outside of Chicago,
Mhm.
has there been uh, any place that made you feel almost totally receptive as if you were in Chicago? And if it is,
Yes,
where
New
was it?
York,
New
New
York.
York City,
Okay. Um,
New York City.
well, I know, and again, because now I know based on the connections you have with some of the artists, one, and then
Mhm.
some of the DJs, two. Um, is there a big difference in the sound for you there?
Yes, it's a big difference.
Okay.
Chicago DJs tend to l- lean towards a classic sound, which I love. I love Chicago sound. New York DJs, they mix everything,
Okay.
new, old, whatever. They go all over the place, and I sometimes try to encourage DJs go all over the place, go everywhere. But Chicago, and its audience is a certain kind of audience. Is a certain kind of audience. So, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the way Chicago presents. But yes, New York has a different sound than Chicago, definitely.
Okay. So, well, one question was, what should we expect at City Winery? You already told me that one, so that's the surprise, which is absolutely
Well,
astounding.
expect a good show.
Oh,
Expect
oh
a
no,
good
of
show.
course. I mean,
That
that's a
and
gimme
but that's what
automatic.
we're telling the audience who don't know. Expect a good
Oh,
show.
okay. Yeah.
It's well put together.
Again, like I said, if you've never met John Pierce, I don't know why, but just in conversation alone tells you the type of show he's going to give you. So it's never everything is passionate. So everything's going to be great from start to finish. So I already know that already. In case you don't know, you need to listen. So again, City Winery August 12th. Go get the John Pierce experience, and you'll understand what I'm saying.
Thank
Um,
you.
okay, so
I see a second half of that
yep,
question. How's the rest of your
yep,
2020
yep. So
23 schedule? Well, I'm going to be releasing so much music and recording so much music with a couple of different artists. So I have a big release schedule coming out for the rest of the year. And then I'll be doing a lot of the conferences and a lot of performances. So I do a lot of private performances as well. And um, and I do theater as well. So I am seeing which shows I can take and kind of so we're filling up. This is and the City Winery. I haven't done it. I haven't really been um, performing a lot in the last year. I had a couple of tragedies in my family, which had kind of like slowed me all the way down. And but at this point, I felt like, I was ready and ready to come back. And as soon as I told myself I was ready, it felt like I got all of these emails and calls. And so the rest of the year is shaping up so beautifully. And I'm working on some other stuff to build up. Um, I don't want to just put it out there because even like people will be looking for it and like he said he was about to do this and then
Right.
it's like nothing. But I'm really pushing for another level again. Like I'm saying, and all of this ties back into the advocacy for a dance music artist, house music artist to be seen on higher levels, not just for myself, but all of the people that I love that's in the genre.
Okay. Um, and something that you said in regards to personal tragedies that you've gone through, and when it was time for you to come back, the avenue presented itself to you in different ways of connections of people back. That just shows that to me, that shows the fact that again, the love you have for the craft that you do, it took a pause when you took a pause. And
Yeah.
when it was time for it to come back, picked up right where it left off, which means
True.
again, this is something that you're made for and destined to be. So, and I understand that completely. I understand that in
And
100%.
in this season, that's exactly what it has taught me, and it's made me so grateful and appreciative of everything moving forward. And uh, and just on a side note, because I was just talking to a friend earlier in this vein, like of starting the process of writing down the good things that happened to you and to me, to myself, uh, and not just like a gratitude journal, but literally on this day, this actually happened good to you. On this day, this actually happened good to you. Because sometimes we can get into the sad moments and we talk more in conversation to people on a regular basis about, oh, oh, I'm going through. This is what's happening. But I want to be able to acknowledge more that, I have really done some amazing things and I want to be happy about that and continue to gratitude for those things. And and I think that has is going to help me even further as I'm trying to grow and build myself and the things of the industry.
Absolutely. Yeah. And just like the quote says it now, we have to enjoy life and be grateful for it. And that's absolutely true. I think a lot of times, because again, we take a loss somewhere in our life, and it just seems like all of a sudden when we get to that loss, now all of a sudden we want to reminisce about the good times.
Mhm.
When in fact, you and I should be talking about a good time now, not
Acknowledge
when
it.
you're gone to be like, oh man, I remember when John did this, that, and the other, blah,
Mhm.
blah, blah. When I could just pick up the phone and be like, hey brother, you remember the other day when you did this, that, and the other, and it was just a moment. We
And
we get
that's what
so
I
caught
want
up
to, and
in
that's
that.
what I want to be able to do for
Yep,
everyone. And
yep.
in the vein in the vein of that, I just want to tell you that coming to the picnic on Sunday, to your picnic that you guys do Sunday. Um, I'm very encouraged and impressed by your perseverance, and I love to see that what you all are doing and the community you all are building because it's just a testament to know that um, everybody doesn't have to have the same group of people coming to everything, and you all have your own people that come and have a good time and enjoy. And you all are all great DJs over there, and it's really refreshing every time I get to come over there and just see the community you all have built over there. It just is really inspiring. And so thank you for that, and thank you for just continuing because that's what people need to see. That to me is inspiring. Other DJs and other producers and other people that want to make events should acknowledge those things that it takes perseverance to build your own set. You know, every artist has their own fan base and their own group. And if we acknowledge that more, then we wouldn't have so much arguments in the community and things. So I applaud you guys, and I really enjoy what you all are doing up there.
Well, I thank you for that. So now I'm gonna just let you know because I don't deal with Mother's Day in July. However, I kind of
I've been
think.
to it. I've been to other dates you all have done. I've been
No, no,
there.
no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. Because now because I got an inside track on Mother's Day 2024 because just so happens I know the person who organizes it every year. I think that for sure I'm going to have to put a little persuasion in, and I'm going to have to throw my hands into this and say we need Mr. Pierce to
Okay.
perform. So I'm going
Well,
to.
let's.
I am your advocate slash unpaid agent that we're going to get to happen. So
Well,
again,
those ladies look like they have their minds made up on things. If I come into the fold, I'm happy. But I honor what they are doing, and they put something together really nice. It was really nice.
no, I'm gonna put somebody in some headlocks. I got you. So don't worry about it. I got you. I got you.
Hilarious.
Trust me, I got you. I think again, we the only way we're successful is if that we support each other
That's
100%.
the truth.
And if we're not doing it, and it's a tragedy to the person who's not supporting, not to the person who should be supported. It's a tragedy to the person who's not supporting, because we the only way this happens is if you make the song and I'm the DJ play it.
Absolutely.
If I don't support what you're doing, that's the tragedy in it, because again, it's just the acknowledgement of the fact that you love this craft.
Yeah.
I love the fact that you love this craft, and I'm going to tell these people out here who are dancing, look, here's a guy, he loves this music. Let me show you how much he loves it. And I want you
Yeah.
guys to listen to what he's doing because he has a passion for it. I
Mhm.
think that's big. I think that's real big.
And I
Um,
appreciate you, and that is another step in the advocacy for singers and songwriters in our community, so that people can start putting a face to the music that
Absolutely.
they hear.
Absolutely. Okay, so now it's 11 o'clock. The
Yes.
show is ending.
Yes.
However, this is the last shameless plug. It's not even
Okay.
shameless anymore because I want
Okay.
everybody to know for sure August 12th, you guys need to be at the City Winery. You guys need to sit down and listen to John Pierce. You guys get
Well,
a
you don't got to come and sit down. You can come and dance and act a fool too.
that too. That too. You also have Miss Cherie Hicks performing with
Yes,
you as well.
my sister's
So
coming. She's coming back in town to come and
absolutely.
sing her good numbers, and I can't wait. We always have a good time. Our energy together is always very high. It's going to be a couple of surprises in there, and I want you all to come and enjoy. And I just want to say thank you to the Vintage House. You all always support me on so many of your shows, and I really appreciate you guys. And um, we're all going to go higher and do some bigger and better things.
Okay, so now citywinery.com. You can tell me the other places they can check it out at too or get the tickets.
Citywinery.com, and you can go on to any of my social media platforms. Facebook, it's John Pierce, JonPierce. On Instagram is John Pierce House. My website, www.johnpierceplanet.com, and then www.citywinery.com for tickets.
Okay.
We would love to see you there, and I'm so excited, and it's going to be a great night. Put your good clothes on, put your good steppers on, come get some good wine and some good food and a good song and a dance for you.
Well, again, thank you for the opportunity to sit down with you.
Thank you.
Again,
Thank you.
it is an absolute blessing to actually again support the artists that come from here and do what we can to make sure we stay strong in the struggle to keep it going. Absolutely.
I appreciate you, Rocky. Thank you so much. Thank you for being you.
No problem. Thank you, sir. Once again, this was the Vintage House Radio Show on WNUR 89.3 and HD1 Chicago, Evanston. And I'll see you guys in a month. In the meantime, make sure you guys August 12th show up. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks for listening to the Vintage House Show podcast. Please subscribe and share, and check us out live, WNUR 89.3 FM, Wednesdays at 10 o'clock.